Oh boy. This is not going to be an easy episode. Sixers got done game one, and boy, do we have some stuff to talk about. This is not going to be a pleasant episode. Sixers versus Celtics game one. Let's do it, guys. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Barcelo Philly, nut of all things sports and culture here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia. Today, guys, I'm not sugarcoating it. Sixers losing game one to the Boston Celtics, and I don't know how to feel right now. I'm at a crossroads, and I'm at a point as a Sixers fan where I cannot continue defending Brett Brown. Yes, I'm going to say I can't continue defending Brett Brown, and I can't continuing this optimism towards the Sixers. Like, they are such a frustrating team to watch, and in this game there was so much. We were in this game the whole time, and I wanted to believe that we could absolutely beat this team, despite the fact they have absolutely 4 lethal scores. We have the best player in the series, and still the Sixers found a way to shoot themselves in the foot. I can't believe that after all the years of the process, and last year being so close of winning it all. Literally, we were just a Kawhi Leonard jump shot away from beating the Bucks and beating the Warriors for winning our championship, and now we are here in Orlando after what happened this year, this crazy ass 2020 that we lived in. All we just want is some Sixer optimism, and we can't even get that, for Christ's sakes. Let me calm down a little bit because we gotta save my energy here. Before we dive into this game, guys, do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help continue the growth of your favorite Barcelo. And guys, do not forget that Ed Barcelo Philly is a proud member of Philly Sports Network. Head on over to Philly Sports Network for all your Philly sports needs. I will leave a link in the description below so you guys can check it out. I'm sure our writers are getting the writing brewing right now talking about this game because, oh man, I don't think any Sixers fan is sleeping like an angel tonight, because, oh my God, unless you're out right now somewhere in Philly at some bar slugging them Coors Lights or your Pabst PBRs, whatever you're into, take one for me. Take a shotgun of beer for me, please do it. All right, where do we begin here? So, final score 109-101, and it was super frustrating. The Sixers were leading every single quarter up until the final quarter, the most important quarter. How can you figure? And you guys remember at the beginning of this tournament down in Orlando, we allowed 40 points in the fourth quarter to both the Pacers and the Spurs. It was an issue, and then in this game, in a playoff game, you don't bring the defense in the fourth quarter. Now, it wasn't 40-some points, but 34 points, and we only scored 22 points. They outscored us by 12 points in the fourth quarter, and in the crucial moments, these are the playoffs, guys. I know it's not April like we usually have the playoffs, but these are still the playoffs, and you need to show up, ladies and gentlemen. But there was just an array of different things that the Sixers were doing to shoot themselves in the foot. This was an extremely frustrating game, and obviously the one thing that we're all going to be talking about in this game was the 18 turnovers that the Sixers had in this game. And it's just crazy to me that still, after all these years, Brett Brown has been a coach for the Philadelphia 76ers, and we always have a problem with turnovers. And I thought, in the beginning, it was just that, we have a bad team. We have a bunch of guys who we're not supposed to be winning. So these are players that might not be in the NBA the next couple of years. So they're going to be bound to have turnovers. But still, with the star players that we've had, and turnovers are still an issue. Like, this is playoff basketball, guys. 18 turnovers, 13 turnovers just in the first half. And still remarkably enough, we were still close in this game. That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to think about, especially Boston's a talented team. We had all those turnovers, and we still were pretty damn close in the game. But you cannot continue. You cannot expect to win a best-of-7 game series against a quality Boston Celtics team with that many turnovers. You can't turn the ball over. Simple. The fact of the matter is, you had 18 turnovers to Boston's 7 turnovers. There's your difference, guys. There's your difference. All right, let's talk about Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid. First off, I love you. I love you, Joel Embiid. You, to me, have made these years of the process fun to watch, because I can say that I've seen a dominating player play for the Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid's the best player on this basketball court, ladies and gentlemen. Regardless of the score, regardless of the stats, Joel Embiid is the best player on this team. And he started off this game super high. He went 5 for 5, 100% from the field in the first quarter alone. And the key was feeding the ball into JoJo in the paint. No one on the Boston Celtics lineup can guard Joel Embiid. He's too big, he's too physical, he's too gifted down in the paint. I don't understand why after the first quarter we go away from giving Joel Embiid the ball in the paint. Makes absolute no sense to me. He's the best player in the court. That is his hot spot. You feed the big boy the ball in the paint. I don't think you need to do anything complicated going forward into game 2 besides just giving him the ball in the paint. And when Boston brings the double team, which you continue, especially in the first half, I continuously saw, you had Tice right on Joel Embiid, and you saw whoever the wing defender was, whether if it was Jaylen Brown or Marcus Smart creeping up trying to steal the ball from JoJo, trying to double team him. And when those instincts, the guys on the perimeter or the guys surrounding Joel Embiid on the Sixers need to recognize that and create space for themselves so they can get open and JoJo can get them the ball, and that is how we're going to win. He's so hard to stop down in the paint, and you as a player who is on the Sixers needs to find a way to get open for JoJo to feed you the ball. This is not complicated. This is not rocket science. This isn't a complicated system. I don't get how this happened. I don't get it. But still, JoJo still had a really good game. He has 26 points. He finished with 16 boards, so he still was dominating. But unfortunately, the fact of the matter is that Boston overall is a better team than the Sixers. The Sixers just happen to have the best player. But that doesn't mean that there aren't good players on the Sixers. We'll talk about that in a second. And another issue, too, with JoJo out on the court was in the series, with the way that Boston set up, they have legit 4 combo guards on the court. You're talking about Kemba Walker, Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, and Jason Tatum. These are all guys who can create their own shot. And unfortunately, you can't have 2 centers playing next to each other. And you saw how that created friction for the Sixers on defense. And even on offense. Have the fact that seeing the shot on Twitter, and I can't think of his Twitter account on top of my name, but it seems to be a basketball writer or Sixers writer posted on Twitter, and it's just a shot of JoJo and Al Horford posting up on the same side of the net, literally right next to each other, posting up. That to me just makes me want to. I literally wanted to throw my phone because I can't believe I just saw that. And this unfortunately is not going to work. Al Horford, we've seen enough. We've seen a full season. We're now in the playoffs. Al Horford's on a 4. Al Horford maybe 5-7 years ago could have possibly could have played the 4, but Al Horford is not a 4, especially at the age that he's in. He is a 5. You have 4 athletic. Let's say 4. They have 4 athletic guards. You need to. I think going forward, you need to continue going with Matisse Thybulle, starting there. It's just not. It's just the fact of the matter is, it's just not going to work with Al Horford and JoJo together on the court at the same time with the type of team that we are playing here in the first round. Al just looks better at the 5 as well. He looks more comfortable when he plays at the 5. And in the third quarter, when he was there alone without JoJo playing the 5, he had a little surge of offense, and he looked better. And that's when he got the dunk on Jason Tatum, and he was able to scream at the Boston bench. But unfortunately, Al couldn't do more of that. But going forward, Al needs to come off the bench, Brad. He's our backup 5. He's JoJo's backup. I know it sucks as the contract, and I know you guys love bringing up the whole contract thing. You love bringing up the fact that Toby and Al are making that money. I don't care about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't care about the contracts that they're making, because if you think about it, both those deals had to have been made. And the last thing I'm going to do during the playoffs is think about freaking contracts that we made in the summertime. I'll worry about that in the offseason. All right, Toby, Josh, and Shake, they put up some points. They all got over 10 points. But unfortunately, with the fact of the matter is, with the talent that Boston has, the type of scorers that Boston has, those guys need to put up a little bit more. And for Toby, obviously, unfortunately, and I know we can't ask too much of Toby as far as scoring goes, but Toby needs to average at least 20 points in the series for us to have a chance. Toby's got to play like he did in that Raptors game, in that Rockets game. I saw the Toby that I need in this playoffs, and we need him to show up here. We need him to consistently be that at least 20-point scorer. He can't. I know he's not going to be, your alpha dog every single night, but he needs to make some more big shots for sure. I was impressed with Shake Milton's composure in his first playoff game. I thought he seemed composed. He was ready for this moment here, and I'm excited to see what he can do going forward in the series. He was pretty efficient too from the field. 5 of 7 from the field, 3 for 5 from the 3-point line. So I liked what I saw from Shake Milton. Let's see if he can keep this composure going on through for the rest of this series here. Matisse Thybulle. Now, like I said, he did a solid job of guarding Jason Tatum, but in the beginning he had troubles, and kudos to Matisse Thybulle for making the adjustments and bouncing back in the second half. I really think that going forward, the starting lineup, at least for game 2, has to be Shake, Josh, Toby, Matisse, and JoJo starting at the 5. You need that defensive guy. You need that defensive-minded guy. Matisse Thybulle is the best defender, one of the best defenders on this Sixers roster, and I think that's going to give you the best opportunity, especially with this athletic lineup that Boston likes to bring. We're going to need the athleticism of one Matisse Thybulle. Alec Burks, guys. Alec Burks, to me, he is a breath of fresh air for the Sixers team. He is the only guy that can create his own shot, and he's great on the iso ball, and that is so huge. I want to see more pick and roll with him and Al, or him and JoJo. He got his minutes to 28 minutes in this game. Brett is giving him more trust more trust in this lineup and in this rotation. He got himself 18 points and 6 assists, so a solid outing for Alec Burks. And it's great when you got someone giving you production coming off the bench. It's absolutely fantastic. We're going to need some more of that from Alec Burks. We're going to need that, buddy. My worst fear going into the series was that the big 4 scorers of Boston were going to destroy us and take over the series. And so far in this first game, that was the case. I know we have the best player on the court here, but like I said, Boston has the best overall team, and these guys, they didn't even get bench support in this game, and they still won. Because when you get Jason Tatum putting up 32, Jaylen Brown essentially putting up 30, he got 29 himself. Gordon Hayward got 19, and Kemba Walker got 19, and Gordon Hayward got 12 points there. So that right there, that's the whole production for the Boston Celtics. And unfortunately, if that happens throughout the series, we will not stand a chance. You're talking about 4 lethal scorers for the Boston Celtics who can score at will, and they can create their own shot. It's going to be a long series here. Now we're going into game 2 here, guys, and I can't continue defending Brett Brown, and I need Brett Brown to dig deep. And he has the hottest seat in the NBA thus far. He's now in his 7th season now with the Sixers. The process years are done. He's got star players like Joel Embiid, and I know Ben Simmons is not playing right now, but unfortunately, there's simple mistakes as all these turnovers that the Sixers are having. And the fact that the game plan was not surrounded around JoJo. Like, how is it that is not, passed around on the team? Like, you need to get the ball to JoJo. JoJo is the difference maker here. There's no one that the Boston Celtics can put on him to guard him. So we'll see how him and the Sixers team can respond in game 2. But man, this is such a sour taste. I'm so excited for the playoffs. Like, playoff basketball is amazing. When the Sixers are winning, Philadelphia's such a fun place. Usually, playoffs are in the spring, but with everything that's been going on with COVID and it was great to to have Sixers basketball back. But this has been such a this was a bumpier ride than the season was. It truly has been. So we're now going into Game 2. It's going to be on Wednesday night again, 6:30 tip off, and let's just hope the Sixers can step up. We can, and let's see someone else. Let's see, like those 3 guys that we talk about: Toby, Josh, Shake Milton. Let's see one of those guys just take over. We've seen those 3 guys have done that throughout the season. It's a playoffs, baby. How bad do you want this? In the comments below, guys, let's talk about this game. Let me know your thoughts. Let's vent together. I know you're frustrated. I'm frustrated too. Let us talk about it in the comments below. What chances do you give the Sixers going into Game 2? Let's talk about it below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you have watched up to this point, it truly means the world to me. Please do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help to continue the growth of your favorite Parcero. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your boy Ed Parcero Philly, and I'm telling you guys to trust that damn process. I'll talk to you soon.